Hey friends, today we are going to be drawing this cute little cartoon fox, and we were going to be using cool colors and warm colors. So we've learned cool colors and warm colors a lot in class. The warm colors are colors that look hot. You can see right here on the yellow I have the word hot written down. I have hot written down on the orange and hot written down on the red. So the warm colors look hot. And then the cool colors look cold. So green, blue, and purple. So artists a lot of times will use warm and cool colors right next to each other to create something called contrast. Contrast is when you have a strong difference in the artwork, like this orange and red and yellow fox standing out from the blue, purple, and green background. It creates a strong contrast or difference. That way people will stop and notice the artwork. If I had colored the background in like a sunset with orange, red, and yellow, it would still be very pretty, but it would not have a very strong difference between the color of the fox and the color of the background. And even though that is perfectly fine in art to do that, if you want something to really stand out, you want to have a contrasting color background. Now, orange and blue are opposites on the color wheel. That's called complementary colors or contrasting colors. And so a cool color against a warm color is going to really stand out. So that's what we're learning today. So we're going to use our warm colors. When we learn about our warm colors, we say, woo, hot. And then we're going to use our cool colors. When we learn about cool colors, we say, brr. And you guys have been doing that with me since you're little bitty people. All right, so you're gonna need a pencil to start. I'm going to draw straight with a pen. So if Miss Hoffman messes up, she's just gonna mess up. All right, but I'm going to do this with a pen. That way you can see what I'm doing. And you will need a pencil. And then you can color this in with any coloring materials you want. I colored mine in with crayons, but anything you want. All right, so our first step for our fox is we're going to do a curved line for the top of the head, like this. Okay, and you're going to want to do that with pencil. Next, my camera's wobbly, sorry guys. Next, right here on the sides of the fox's face, they have little tufts of fur. You see those little tufts of fur? Kind of look like a zigzag line. And that's what it's going to be. We're going to bring it down just a little bit on each side. And we're going to do zigzag, 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 about three or four. Zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. It's going to be little tufts of fur on the sides of the face of the fox. Then we're going to bring it down like a letter V and have a little pointy nose. Down, down to a point, okay? And right here at the end of the point, I'm going to do a circle that when you're coloring, you can color that in black. I'm going to go ahead and shade that in black with my pen so you can see where that circle is. Okay, so that's the basic shape of the fox's head. Now we need the white portions of the fox's face right here that we'll leave white. We're going to go from the nose up to where the zigzag line started and just a curved line up. From the nose up to where the zigzag line started, and that's going to be the white portions of our fox's face. Now, inside this section, you're going to draw the eyes. You can draw the eyes open by doing just two circles with two dots. I made my fox look like her eyes were closed by doing two kind of wide U shapes, almost like a smiley face shape. And I did some little eyelashes on each side. You don't have to do the eyelashes if you don't want it to have eyelashes. That's up to you. I just made mine kind of fancy. If you don't want the eyes to be closed, you can do circle dot, or this is a good point to practice your cartoon eye drawing. A lot of you like to do the anime type eyes with the little light reflections in the eyes. This would be a good time to practice that. On top of our fox's head, I'm going to do a triangle with a little triangle inside. Remember, if Miss Hoffman's moving too fast, you push that pause button. That's the good thing about having Miss Hoffman on a video. Can't pause me in class, can you? So that's a good thing. On this side, triangle, triangle on top. All right, see, we have a cute little fox face, but our little fox face is floating in midair right here, so we're gonna have to do something about that. So we're going to draw the body. We're just gonna do a line, like a curved line down going this way and a curved line down going this way. So curved line down, curved line down. with a little rainbow arch shape for the white tuft of fur on her belly. Okay. Now we're going to do the tail. We're going to start down here. I'm going to go up, stop. We don't want to draw through the head. Then I'm going to go up here and continue up, point, back down. So if you missed that, I'll kind of trace over it. I went up, stop at the head, went up to here to about where I would imagine that if it went behind her head where it would continue, went up, point, curve back down. Okay, if you're doing that with a pencil and it doesn't look quite even, erase it out and fix it. You can always pause the video and get it even. It's a good thing about using a pencil. If you don't have it quite symmetrical or quite exactly the same on both sides or look like it's even, then you can erase it. We're going to do a little tuft of white fur on the end of the fox's tail by doing a zigzag line across. So let's look. We have the head of the fox, the body of the fox, and the tail of the fox. So what are we missing now? Just the background, right? So we want to have a hill in the background and a curved line right here. When I get to the body, I'm going to stop, draw it behind it, stop, draw behind it. We don't want to draw our ground through our fox's head, do we? All right. And in my finished picture, I kept it really simple. I wanted to have that strong contrast between our warm colors and our cool colors. So I did cool colors in the background, just green on the ground, blues and purples in the sky. And then I did orange, red, and yellow on my fox. You could keep it even more simple. You could just do an orange fox with green grass and a blue sky. You don't have to put all that red and purple in there, and that would look fine. But having that orange fox against the blue sky is really going to stand out and create something we call contrast, which is a strong difference. If you want to, before you start coloring it in, if you wanted this to look like a fall picture, you could draw some pumpkins behind the fox. Maybe this fox is hanging out at a pumpkin patch. I'm doing some simple pumpkins. A lot of you learned how to draw some fancy pumpkins with me last week. I'm drawing some simple pumpkins just by doing circles with stems on top. That might be fun to do. You could draw some fall trees in the background. Maybe there's another hill back here with some fall trees. We've learned how to draw trees, a lot of us. Kind of looks like a letter Y with a fluffy top. Okay, so you can add some details or you can just keep it very simple, orange fox with a blue and green background. You decide. Main thing is warm colors against our cool colors to create that contrast, that pop of color. I hope you had fun drawing this. Bye.